Hey guys, this is Kid of Burn 1. I'm joined again with Dean and Ellis. We're going over the Shadowverse Evolve set review. For a second, I forgot it was called Evolve. We're on to Sword. So we're going to try to zoom through this because we do have... Ellis needs to leave soon. So we'll go ahead and start this first card, which is Tokai Teo. She has Evolve 2, so you can evolve this flower. There's an evolved form. Feed 1 to begin racing. Fanfare, choose an enemy follower, deal X damage to it, where X is equal to the number of your followers in play times 2. And this is a 5-drop 4/4. The Evo form is gain Storm, and that's the difference. And +1/+1. All right. Wait, is this already better? No. This is a 7-drop instead of 6.
7-drop instead of 6, no bounce. The stat line is much better.
So this is a weird.
Wait, better than which one?
In my head, I was thinking of the 5/5/5 that drops to and you deal damage where you bounce back, right? That's I was just comparing that. I'm sorry, what?
That was the entire board and not one card.
Oh.
This is a little bit worse.
So this is a weird question. Just mechanically, can you evolve and feed the same card? Like, could I feed this card and then the following turn evolve it?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. But
that's just a strange mechanical question that occurred to me. I was like, wait a minute, because obviously you can't evolve. You can't feed it after it's evolved, and there would be no point because that's Storm. But I was wondering if you could feed it, and then if it lives, evolve it. But
I have no idea. But I think that this card is less good than the 5-drop that doesn't have Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this one's actually not super hot.
So would this card be good as a 6-drop with Rush, though?
No.
It's a 5-drop removal, basically, because from playing Sword, you just always have, like, little soldiers, essentially, right? So
you do, and it's like your board has to. Remember you had this 1 mana spell.
Let's not. This has a body though. Okay, the other card sucked, but at least
it's a minimum of 2 deals 2. It can deal up to 10. I don't think. I think this is like a random tech 1/of that you search and that's it.
Yeah, because this is on play, deal 2 damage to something minimum, right? Because it counts itself when it comes to play.
Correct.
So this is a 5-drop 4/4 that deals at least 2. I think realistically, it deals up to 6, right? Maybe if you're lucky.
6-drop, right.
But most of the time, it's going to deal 2 to 4, which is good enough to kill most like 3 or 4 drops, right, in the game. Yeah. On play. So I think this card is okay. It's definitely not busted or anything. I think Dean might be right. This could be like a 1/of in Sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's Evo kind of sucks. Unless you're like, you play this, you kill something on their board, and then Evo it to win game immediately. Because all you get out of this is a +1/+1 in Storm, right?
What?
So when you go second, you get the Evo orbs.
Yeah,
Can you use those on feed?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it for that one. I think that one's just like pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
So
it's very bad. It's a techie card for sure.
It's like a 1/of that like you might use to seal the game because like it kills something with ward, but it's not like not stellar.
I think it's better when you're going second.
I think it doesn't matter. I think that you would never want this out earlier than like since this is the game ender, getting it out earlier doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a game ender, but yeah.
And then from I don't remember, I think Dean had stats for this before really quick, but from playing the game in person a bunch with Dean, it always felt like going second was better in general, but I could be wrong.
Going second is not actually that much better. It just feels better when you have like these impactful evolves. So like if you have like a card that you want to evolve in your deck, then you can. It's like almost like playing a going second deck where being able to get that out a turn early can help. Like Leonidas feels like a going second card.
Yeah.
But Leonidas is a hell of a lot more impactful on the board than this KO is.
I'd have to 100% see stats, but like I said, when playing it just felt better going second all the time. But that might have been just the decks I was playing too. All right, on to the second card.
Yeah, this is Narita Brian. There's no way it's actually Brian. 8 mana, 6/8. Feed for 1, of course, and then has Bane, Ward, and Aura. And it has act this to choose the enemy leader or a follower and deal 5 damage. So basically, you drop this thing down for 8 mana, you tap it, you deal 5 damage to face, and then you leave up a 6/8 hexproof death touch taunt and tell them deal with this card.
This card seems insane. If you make it to turn 8, right? How quick are games in paper now compared to digital? Pretty what?
It does depend. Like there's like stall decks. There's definitely stall decks, and Sword is more mid-rangey. Sword definitely tries to close by turn 7 right now, which is I think like that's the problem, right? Sword wants to end the game by turn 7, so this is an 8 drop.
I think on games like this card's a really good mid-range card. So like where games that you can't close by turn 7, well, yeah, it's a very good control card. But like in mid-range games that you can't close by turn 7, games that are forced to prolong either by your opponent, like just making better trades with your cards or just playing against control. Like, this card's really good against control.
I think versus control, this is less of a control card. This is more of like you answer this or you lose the game immediately card, right? So what does Aura do again? Does that make it so it can't be targeted or something?
Yeah, hexproof.
Yeah, so it's hexproof. Okay, yeah. This essentially says if I'm forced to play it in the extra turn after 7, because you're saying most sword decks try to kill before 7, right?
Yeah.
You eventually have 5 less. You have 5 less health immediately, and you have to answer this. And if you can't answer this, you just lose the game anyway. So this is definitely like a really, really good boss monster, right? I think we all agree with that.
It's not bad.
So how many crying dogs out of 5 is this?
Oh, how many crying dogs? I think it's like a 4.
I think so too. I might even say 4.5. It just really depends in context of what else Sword is doing now.
I don't know if it has a deck for it right now, but like if it gets a deck, it might be better. I think that's like the big problem is like it needs a different deck than the deck you have currently.
But imagine playing this card with Leonidas.
Yeah.
Imagine you get the Leonidas' resolve and then you slam this down the following turn.
And then it gets extra health. Yeah, it gets 3 extra health.
Right.
It's like not bad. Yeah, it definitely is a nice play for after. So Sword's getting more of late game options.
Yeah, it might be too slow right now, but I think later on this could be really busted or something, depending on what decks come out of this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next card.
All right, so we have Winning Ticket. She's a 3-drop 2/2, feed 1. So she begins racing. She has Storm. She also has Fanfare if there is an inspection start and I can't read that.
Narita Taishin.
Yes, in your graveyard, gain +3/+1.
Plus 5 mana. It's a 3 mana 5/3.
Right.
With Storm. Is there a lot of dredge in Storm? Or not Storm, in Sword?
I don't think so.
Definitely not in Sword. In Musume, though, as a set.
Yeah, you've got the 1-drop that puts a card. Can it put it into? Is it into?
It's bottom.
Oh, it's bottom of deck. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right.
So Inspection Start and Narita Taishin. We haven't seen those cards yet, right? Let me see. No, okay. So we have no idea in context of how good those cards are, or whatever, or what even power they're at, right?
Yeah.
But regardless, once this thing is online, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's the
it's understated.
It's an understated novice trooper, right? The card that's 3/3.
No, isn't it? I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3/1 for 3 with Storm, right? Or is it different?
It's 3/3. It's a 3-drop.
Oh, it's 3/3. Okay. God, why am I misremembering that? It is under. Yeah.
But if those other 2 cards are good, this card's insane.
Well, this card's insane regardless, late game, mid game. These cards could be like vanillas, and this would still be really gross once it starts happening.
A 5/3 for 3. Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, definitely does depend. If those cards are unplayable, this would be bad. If those are even vanillas, then this card is decent.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. It just seems like a solid card overall. Next here we have this 2-drop pressured by the approaching heat. Choose an allied follower, give it storm. Then if it's an Musume follower, give it +1/+1. Card is probably only good in the horse deck, right? I'm tired of
Yeah,
saying Musume.
And the bad thing is like, as stats scale up,
Mm-hmm.
This card just gets worse.
well, it becomes harder. Like, well, this thing is like always like, right? It's the idea is to get value, you have to choose a really big follower. But if you're playing a really big follower, you likely don't have 2 mana.
Yeah.
So
The conundrum of powering
it's really
up.
good with a card that says on play gain 3 play points back.
that card also gets storm sometimes. No, wait, no, it didn't. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, sometimes, but this gives a storm all the time.
That is true. Pretty good with that force part we did.
Right,
Video one.
This card, honestly, this card looks bad, like on paper already.
Yeah,
All right, next card.
Crying
Next card, Air Groove. It's a 2-drop 2/2. Feed for 1. When it starts racing, it gets +1/+1, and you choose up to 1 allied follower. Stand it. That's untap, restand, and this turn that card cannot attack any enemy. Okay, wow. I don't.
This is insane with the 8-drop we saw earlier on. Because you can deal 5
Turn
damage.
10, we're
Next
doing
turn,
10 damage,
5
baby. Or yeah.
Well, on turn 9, it is funnier when you can like tap it 4 times.
Right.
But man, this card seems. Man, that last line can't attack.
You have to have effects early on that are tap to do thing effects. Like, otherwise this card's just not good. And, well, that's not true.
Preserving a body.
Right, it does let you preserve a body. Barring direct attack.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think this card pretty mediocre.
It seems really mediocre because to get that effect, you have to play this for 3 and basically use up a slot in your Evo deck. Right. So unless there's some really busted stuff that's like more of like at a 4-drop area or something, I think this card is going to be shit. But we'll see.
Like I feel like it combos well. Like it has combo potential with other cards in the set, but it's not a great card.
I think it's bad. Next card.
Hishi Amazon. It has feeding once begin racing. It has rush naturally. Fanfare, pay 3, so it's a cost 3. Search for a cost 3 Musume follower from your deck and summon it. Ooh.
That doesn't trigger Fanfare, is that correct? Fanfare is from hand? Or is it
I
just when it
believe
comes into play?
I believe so. Fanfare should be from hand.
Okay.
Kind of cute. 4/2. It is a very weird card because you're not even getting to cheat a card out early unless you basically have 6 mana. I forgot. Can you use those Evo points for mana, right? That you get if you go turn 2? Only for Evo?
Only for feeding and for evolve.
Right.
Okay. This card might actually be garbage.
It's cute.
It's really cheeky to use it like removal into something that has a 4 toughness, a 4 life, and summon something with ward because it does give you an extra body to protect you while dealing with a problem for 6 mana. That's the problem.
Yeah, like I think the card's not even worth talking about. I think it's like a draft filler card that like you might play. No, I don't think you ever actually play this.
Yeah, in limited, this is probably okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it is a card that like scales into the late game. You could this reads to me as a 3 mana removal spell that sometimes gets you an additional card.
Yeah, if you like have nothing else worth playing and you have 3 mana left over, it's a secondary effect. This is definitely just a 3-drop, deal 4 damage to something.
But I don't think you're putting this in your deck to begin with.
This is a card that I would like to see in Dragon. I think it would be better there.
Good thing you can put in Dragon now.
Right.
But
right.
Kind of. You can put it in Musume Dragon.
Right. I think Sword is the wrong place for it.
Is there any other good removal in Sword on turn 3?
Definitely. I mean, like almost anything is better than this body. Like you could just play like the old thing that was like it became like a 4/4, or it became like a 3/4, and then it summoned a 2/2 and a 1/1. and that's automatically better than this thing.
And then,
You're
did it
saying
have
to
rush?
play it as a 3-drop with rush for just a 4 damage removal, right?
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. That's all I'm seeing this card is as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
And it's not even that good. So
Okay.
I think this card is pretty mid.
Yeah.
All right, next card. Oh,
me?
inspection
Oh.
start. This is the one that this is you. This is the one that goes with the other card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so inspection start, it's a spell. It is a 1-drop spell. It says choose from the following or choose one from the effect below. Either look at the top 2 cards of your deck, reveal an Musume card among them, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on bottom in any order, or choose up to.
It's a BNW. So there's a second trade on some of these cards, it seems.
Oh. Yeah, so choose a BNW follower in your graveyard and put it into your hand. So can we check the other card?
The card that got
references?
Storm had BNW.
It does have BNW. That's pretty good. So this card is basically if you play Magic, a Serum Visions, where you can look at your top 2, put one on top, one on bottom, then draw a card.
Or it's a salvage on play.
Yeah, or it's a salvage on play. So I think this card is really good, especially considering what the other card is. This card's very playable.
Yeah, outside of the context of the other card, I think this card is very good because it only costs 1. Also, if this costs anything more than 1, I'd be like, this card sucks. But
yeah, at 2 mana, this is too rough. At 1 mana, this is decent, right?
Yeah,
The fact that it only grabs BMW.
BNW.
Okay, yeah. The fact that it only grabs that or Musume cards on the first effect kind of hurts you, but it does grab amulets. It can grab non-follower Musume cards.
Yeah.
So you can grab a copy of itself with itself.
Oh, that's true.
Deck speed.
Right.
So you got to go fast. They're horses.
Right. So,
all right.
So in horses, I think this card's really
I think
strong.
this is playable, and given the fact that the other card it goes with, this is like playable plus.
Right.
Yep. All right. I
next
agree.
card.
Serious Symboli.
Yeah, like Stromboli.
Okay.
4 mana, 4/4
with Bane.
Yeah, with Bane, that it needs an extra mana to even attack. Yeah, this card unplayable.
Yeah,
0 stars.
Yeah.
Next card.
No crying dogs.
It's the other card that goes with the card with Storm.
Narita Taishin. Feeding to begin racing. Rush, and it just has Rush. It's a 3/2 with Rush 2.
Oh my god, that's so much better than
That's really good.
Yeah, this is very solid. So I can see that entire package already being very good. Like this
you
is
like turn 1 is the other card, turn 2 is this card to trade into something, and then turn 3 dropping the other card for swing for 5.
I think I saw videos of like where the Japanese people were playing this when the set first came out, and people were dying on like turn 5. It was like turn 5 and like the game was over.
Yeah, and this entire package just seems really fucking good.
It's speed.
Yeah. I like it. I like this a lot. I think outside of like this card comboing with the other cards, I still think this card is good, but the fact that this also works with the other card makes this card like a 4 out of 5, right? Or something ridiculous.
Yeah, right. Well, I think it goes from being like an okay card that like you might sleeve, but like it's on the chopping block, right?
Yeah.
To wow, this is a pretty gross package.
Right.
Yeah. It's like this is a pay 2 removal for any like I assume any 2 to 3 drop card especially if you're going like second or something, or I mean or going first or whatever. So it's already okay. That's like the big thing. The fact that this is okay. The fact that it's combos with something else and this is already an okay card makes this a really good card. So yeah.
Right.
All right, cool. Next card.
All right, so we have Symboli Rudolph. This is me, right?
No, wait, that was yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Symboli Rudolph. It is a 3-drop, 3/3 for it's got feed 1 and last word. So when it dies, not banished, search for the
Tokai Teo.
The first card in this.
The 5-drop that we first went over. You search for one of those in your deck and add it to your hand. I think you only play this card if you're playing the other card. Otherwise, this card's just completely unplayable.
No, you don't even then. Because the other card's not worth having in like high quantities, I don't think.
Right.
And so you drop this on. Like, imagine you play 1 Teo and then like 2 of this, and then you draw the Teo, right? It's like...
Oh, something I just realized. So Sword normally triggers off of officers and commanders, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In physical. none of these cards have those traits.
Yeah, of course not.
I didn't even think about
It's
that.
Musume only, but like they
Right.
don't really have the traits thing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, this card is
pretty ass. It's only as good as the other card was, and we already think the other card was okay-ish at
Right,
best.
exactly.
So,
yeah. It's not even like it was like a one of that you might play, but like you don't play a searcher for your one of because
No.
then your searcher's bad.
You
Yeah.
play it if you think the other girl's cute. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you don't.
Bad.
Yeah.
Next card.
Vico Pegasus. 1-drop 2/1 has feeding for racing, and once racing starts, choose an enemy follower. Act it. What's act?
Tap it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
tap.
means you can attack it.
Oh, so this is a 2-drop 2/1 that lets you rest a card.
Wow, that's mid.
Yeah, this is pretty whatever.
I mean, it could be a 2-drop removal for a 2 toughness body, like a 2 life body.
Could just play removal spell.
Not in mono horses.
There's definitely spells. We haven't hit through those yet.
That's fair.
This right now this card without any other context just looks like bad.
Right.
Yeah,
Next card.
Yep. Next card, Fuji Kiseki.
Kiseki. Yep.
2-drop, 3/2, feed for 1, and holy, what is this? Activate by paying 3 mana and tapping this card. Choose an enemy follower, deal 3 damage.
I think this is unplayable.
That is quite literally unplayable.
This isn't even good pack filler.
No, this is your draft card, and you go, it would be really sad if I lost my infinite deal 3 damage spell.
So like they should they they could have just given it direct attack and it would have been the same card.
No, because direct attack this is a 6 mana direct attack, okay?
Well, on turn 2 you're playing it for 2, on turn 3
mana.
you're tapping it. So yeah, it's 5 mana, but if they just gave it direct attack, you turn 2 you play it, turn 3 you kill something with it just the same way.
Yeah.
I guess it lives this way, but it's like it's not. 0 barking dogs.
Yeah, this is the draft card that somebody else handed to you, and you're very sad that you put it in your
Yeah, this is your bummer. This is the card that you get stuck with because nobody wanted it.
Yeah. All right, that actually that concludes all of Sword. I think else you need to go, right? So
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna call Sword here. Next should be what is it called? Sword Runecraft. That's it. So we'll see you guys in the Runecraft video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, especially if you like Shadowverse content, because the more interactions we get for this stuff, the more we'll do. We'll see you guys in the next video for Runecraft later.